fire, you say? Oh, aye. Terrible thing is a fire. It tears through a mill building like a raging torrent.
Are you still arcing on about that fire at the mill?
Why, gone in no time it was.
Would our Jacob be able to get out should it happen again, Grandma?
Yes, of course, Annie, love. Master William rebuilt the mill with iron frames. They cannot burn.
Jacob, make haste. I can hear the mill bell.
I shall leave you willing to your work.
Come now. We must make a start.
I thought it were Arkwright who started old factory building in Belper.
No. Sir Richard Arkwright had nothing to do with the Belper and Milford mills. Aye, from Barber in Lancashire to Lord Lieutenant of Derbyshire. I remember my mother telling me that he used to barter with the young women in the fairs and marketplaces for their hair.
So Thomas Hayes has invented a spinning machine, you say?
Aye.
Did they know I have an interest in all things mechanical?
Oh, they're still at it, husband. What time on God's good earth will I be finished?
I've done it, Margaret. I've taken Thomas Hayes and John Kay's idea and done what they could not do.
I waste all the time on this fancy.
This fancy, as they call it, will revolutionise the spinning industry. They'll thank me one day. Be grateful!
Grateful?
Sir Richard Arkwright. Saw him once. In his fine carriage with his daughter, Miss Susanna, on their way to visit the young Miss Strutts in Derby.
Did you ever work for Mr. Jedediah, Grandma?
Oh, no, Annie lass, my work is at home. Chevening. And your Aunt Dorothy there is the best in Belper. Louisa, that contrivance that Mr. Jedediah invented, now what was it called?
The Derby rib, ma'am.
That's it.
I know, William. It is impossible to knit ribbed hose on the frame.
Yes, but Jedediah, this fellow Roper over in Loco has been working on a rudimentary device which could change all that. It's attached to the knitting frame to produce a ribbing stitch.
To be able to knit ribbed hose in silk and cotton, that would be a prodigious advantage.
But he cannot make it work. Now then, brother-in-law, you, as a wheelwright, could, I am sure, perfect it.
And for his device, we would pay Mr. Roper a fair price.
Oh, certainly. Roper would part with it for £5, the price of a pack horse.
And any improvements made would be subject to patent.
He were a clever man, that Jedediah Strutt, and serious-minded with it. He courted Elizabeth Woollett for years while she was in service to Dr. Benson in London. But they did marry, aye, at Blackwell. She left her firstborn of just 9 months to go to London to try to find customers for their hose and to borrow money for the Derby rib patent.
Dr. Benson's, Goodman's Fields, London, 1757. My dear, I have now the pleasure to inform you that after a very tiresome but safe journey, I reached London at about 3 o'clock on Saturday. Dearest Jerry, what pleasures it gives me to subscribe myself, thy most affectionate and ever dutiful wife, Elizabeth Strutt.
A hard-working couple they were, but much attached.
It seems so, Mary lass. Come on now. Clear away. It's time for us dinner.
If Arkwright were in Lancashire, how came he to Derbyshire?
Well now, Annie lass, Mr. Arkwright came to Nottingham to get away from the rioters and the machine breakers, but he needed wealthy partners. So after a short time, his bankers introduced him to Mr. Jedediah Strutt and old Samuel Need. Now, Mr. Need were in Nottingham and Mr. Jedediah were in Derby.
Damaging.
So where did Arkwright and Sir Richard Arkwright and Mr. Jedediah build their first water-powered mill?
Now, boy, show me. Where is this Bonsall Brook?
There, sir. There's Bonsall Brook before us.
And there is another water run, you say?
Ah, sir. A sough from lead mines. All round up here is full of lead mines. And over there, to the north, are gentry, in Bass at Matlock.
Now then, lad, here is the farthing we spoke of. On your way. I shall find my own way back down to Cromford.
It is all taking shape at last, Richard.
In 12 months, the mill here at Cromford will be in full production.
This is very impressive, Richard.
I'm glad you're content, Jed.
Damn spies.
My dear friend Strutt, desire ward to send those other locks and some good latches and catches for the outdoors and a few for the inner one also. I am determined for the future to let no persons in to look at the works.
You were ever fearful of folk stealing his invention with Mr. Arkwright. Over the years, he and Mr. Jedediah fought hard to protect the patents. I remember once, Mr. Jedediah went to London to petition against paying too much tax on our calico, and his wife went and joined him.
May 7th, 1774. My dear children, it is with the utmost concern I am obliged to tell you that your mamma is very ill of a fever. You may be assured that nothing that my best affections can dictate shall be wanting to restore her to myself and you. I cannot say more. Farewell. I am your most affectionate father. London, May 1774. My dear children, I read both your pretty letters and am pleased to think you will bear the loss of your dear mother in a becoming manner. I trust you will never forget your dear mother who loved you so well. I hope you will always retain much of her goodness of temper, disposition and affection, that you will imitate the example she has set you of virtue and goodness, of benevolence and kindness. Indeed, she is gone.
September 1774. My dear father, you begin to be much wanted at home, and may also be at Cromford. I was there last Sunday but one, and heard very unfavourable accounts of Mr. A's behaviour. I suppose he's going to leave you.
She were a fine woman, were Mrs. Strutt. He and Mr. Arkwright continued until old Mr. Samuel Need died, and then they went their separate ways. Mr. Jedediah had already started building the mills and houses in Belper and Milford.
What of Mr. Arkwright?
Oh, he stayed in Cromford and started his new undertaking, the Masson Mill at Matlock Bath.
Its Venetian windows and decorative cupola make it so much grander than the austere, yet impressive Cromford Mill. As to the matter of the Lancashire and Derbyshire spinners, as your lawyer, I have to advise you that the courts have upheld their petition. What does this mean for you now, Mr. Arkwright? That all your patents have been cancelled?
Financially, it will affect me little. But I swear, those Manchester rascals will pay. I will receive some kind of compensation.
Sir Richard Arkwright.
Fancy wearing a wig like that in court. These peasants have no idea how to dress. And boots. They'll give anyone a knighthood these days. Even a pot-bellied barber from Bolton.
And he is to Sir Richard Arkwright. God bless him.
God bless him.
What about Mr. Jedediah? Was he a knight too?
Oh, no, Annie lass. No, he were a different sort of person. Plain living, benevolent, a real gentleman. No, as well as building the mills at Belper and his new mills at Milford, he built these houses for all his workers and a chapel for their souls.
Annie, pass me some twist.
What colour?
Red. Fancy. Red patterns up the leg like wild roses.
Enough now.
Ow!
Now, you see, Missy, pay attention now. No blood on the hose. Go and wash your hand. The Evans family were very enterprising and wealthy. They had many businesses, paper and copper mills, iron works, and just like Mr. Jedediah did with his silk mills in Derby, that were before the Belper ones, the Evans family tried to make their new mill at Darley Abbey fireproof with tin plate nailed to the walls and beams. But you can have all the wealth in the world, and it don't protect you from tragedy. Elizabeth Evans, Strutt as was, lost her son in the river. She was a wonderful woman by all accounts.
Does not your stay in Darley Abbey keep you away from your poetry and your wife, Mr. Coleridge? Pray, tell me if you will consider my offer, the post of tutor to my children.
So, did she get the poet to tutor her children then?
No. Thomas Evans and her brother would never allow such impropriety.
What happened next?
Well, a year after poor William Evans' death, Elizabeth married his brother, Walter. That same year, her son, Thomas, died. Oh, we were only 2-year-old.
Grandma, where's the first ever factory?
Well, Annie lass, according to folk who profess to know such thing, the first ever manufactory in the country was built on the banks of the River Derwent in Derby over 80 years ago by the Loam brothers.
The Loam brothers?
Aye, aye. Thomas, John and Henry. And they were born into a family of wealthy Norfolk weavers and merchants who first went to London and then from there came here to Derby.
What are we doing here, Thomas?
I was just observing Cotchett's mill.
It serves us adequately. What of it?
It's not large enough.
What are you plotting, Thomas?
A water-powered silk mill on the Derwent that is big enough to house the great Italian silk machines. The silk does not need spinning, and the worms have already done that for us. The procedure's altered little since Cotchett's time, but with the new Italian machinery, we can make it work. Think of it. Raw silk in at one door, and out of the other, the finest quality finished thread.
Those designs you brought back from Italy work well, Mr. Lunn. But this is just a small part of the bigger machine. And to hold one of these gigantic contraptions, you'll need a very large building indeed.
We're going to make more than just one of those giants, Michael. We're going to build a mill that will hold a dozen.
Tried to distort that family as well. John Loam weren't for this world long before he were taken.
So, ma'am, after John Loam's death, who was master of the silk mill?
Well, that was his brother, Henry.
Oh, I fear Thomas's confidence in me has been greatly misplaced. Even after his careful instruction in every part of the enterprise, in this matter, as in other things, my early enthusiasm for the mill has waned. The daily tasks churn chaotically through my mind like the water through the mill's great wheel, and I am unable to make proper sense of them. Uncle William's withdrawal of his investment shows perhaps that his valuation of my capacity coincides with my own. I trust in the Lord that he will, in his tenderness and mercy, forgive me, and that my brother and my dear wife and children can, in the fullness of time, do the same. I know not whether I may be granted the strength either to undertake the terrible task that lies ahead, or indeed whether I have the fortitude to leave miserable words to give truth to my actions. Forgive me. Forgive me. Forgive me.
Sir Thomas Loam employed others to run his silk mills in Derby until his death. It is said that he left a fortune of £120,000. That's my last one.
And mine.
Get those stockings folded. The missus will be waiting for these. Check the bungles. Don't want any mistakes. We need the money.
So, stockings are ready to take to the missus then?
All done.
A good day's work. My grandfather's world was ruled by the seasons. The work on the land.
Aye, but we forget the hardship of no regular wage. No line-wash cottages provided by our millmasters.
No doubt. But my grandfather cursed the day those men from Norfolk built the mill in Derby. That were the start of it, he said.
The lumps mill in Derby was the first manufactory.
Aye, that's right. All I know is that mill on the Derwent were the first, and all the others are in its image. The valley is full of mills. and our lives are changed forever.